Alright, so yeah, I don't know if that last stream even recorded, but we talked
Yeah,
a
guys,
bunch
well, welcome back to the show, guys.
we talked about the 49ers a lot lately, and oh my gosh, that was awesome. And we've been noticing that the Niners have actually been doing really good, but I feel like Kyle Shanahan, we were talking about drafting, and Kyle Shanahan, he could for sure do better on that topic, in that category. But yeah, that was actually not what we were talking about lastly. So hopefully, if that video releases, then yeah. But we were talking about Steph Curry, and Aldo, what is your opinion so far on how Steph Curry has been playing, and yeah, just in general, how has he been doing?
Yeah, obviously, the game against the Celtics, I believe it was last night or 2 days ago. I mean, brilliant. I mean, that just really showed us why he is the GOAT when it comes to three-point shooting. All that stuff, really. I mean, that release was amazing if we're just talking about releases. But the fact of the matter is that he's one of the GOATs of shooting, and I think people have to start recognizing that. I mean, not just shooting now. I mean, it's getting to the point where he's one of the GOATs to ever play the game, I'd have to say, in my general opinion. I don't know about you, but that's what I'm feeling right now, and I just think this Warriors team is going in trending in a very weird direction where, as we don't know what's going to happen in the future with Steph. We've obviously seen Steph pissed off at his teammates before. I mean, I just don't know what this future's going to look like. But as for Steph, I mean, he's playing some of the best basketball he's ever played in his life.
So yeah, that is very for sure true. And now going on to another player, after we've been hearing about Steph Curry, which obviously he's a brilliant player in every category of the game. Besides defending, he's not the best, but you know, he did it in the Celtics game. He was playing on both sides. But I would like to hear your opinion on Draymond Green. So you know, we've been seeing a lot of suspensions from him, and you know, he's just been hitting people for no reason. He's kind of sounding like he's gonna get like a real life case from court. But you know, we've been seeing a lot of bad things from him so far, and I just want to hear what you think the Warriors should do about him.
Oh yeah, obviously one of the more trendy topics out right now. But Draymond, I mean, he needs to get his act together. I mean, we're not at the zoo. You're not a monkey, dude. We have to start like actually thinking about our actions before we actually do them. That's just one of the important parts I think that Draymond needs to figure out. I mean, he's been in the league for like 60 years. I mean, I don't even know how old he is at this point, but I mean, he needs to know when to like control himself and not cross the limits. As Steve Kerr said, he needs to control himself and know to know to cross the limits. What I just said it right now, so I don't know why I'm saying it again. But I mean, it's one of those things where I mean, I just kind of don't get it. I know he's the sole engine of this team, but I mean, you can't put your hands on someone else. I mean, just not on the court. I mean, it's not a good.
Just not on the court. So are you saying it's allowed in real life?
Well, obviously, I'm not going to get into those topics because I don't want to get demonetized, and then I don't want to get a freaking, yeah. But, I mean, it's just crazy. I just want to hear your view on the topic at hand.
Yeah, well, honestly, I feel like Draymond should probably just retire from the game of basketball. And honestly, I feel like the Warriors should just release him. You know, he's one of those starters that just got paid, I'm pretty sure, this year. And, man, they're losing a lot with everything that he's doing on fouling and everything. They're just losing a lot from him, and I don't feel like...
Are you gonna pass the ball?
Be quiet!
Dude, pass!
Alright, so I just feel like, yeah, he definitely needs to leave the team or just retire from basketball. I don't feel like the Warriors are getting their money's worth of what they paid him. I don't even feel like he wants to be on the team anymore either. I feel like he just wants to go to the Phoenix Suns, just like Kevin Durant. But yeah, honestly, I feel like the Warriors just have to get rid of him, and he's not really helping out on the team.
Honestly, that's a very great point you made there.
Honestly, we're just listening, so why don't we just play COD or something?
Yeah, great point you made there about Draymond. But honestly, I want to talk about your finishing. Obviously, your finishing is absolutely horrible, and I feel like it's something we could work on. Obviously, I feel it's something we could work on, like I did say. But I just want to touch on that topic. I mean, how do you feel about your finishing and how horrible it is, and what you can do to improve on it?
There are multiple definitions of finishing, so I'm just kidding, bro. I'm gonna get them on. All right, I'm getting demonetized. I'm getting demonetized. I'm done. I'm done. All right. So I don't know if you're talking about in real life or in the video game. Like I'm like in real life, you know, soccer, you know. I mean, I don't know which one you're talking about, so please.
I'm talking about the video game.
Oh, yeah, in video game, I'm pretty trash, man. No, I think I'm literally better than 91 overall.
I mean, yeah, and I also want to add something. All this that you're saying contradicts into real life, so.
Oh well, that's not really a factual statement because you know I've been actually scoring some hat tricks. I'm just kidding. I haven't scored a hat trick.
Brandon, you scored against 4-2 goalies, so.
No, what do you mean, bro? I literally
dude, you scored against your friend Christian, dude, and you're proud of it.
Bro, Christian's on my team.
I don't care.
Although, can you please pass the ball?
One more pass.
Be quiet. Oh god.
Why? Brandon, one more pass and it's in. Let's actually try to make a comeback, dude, please, and actually pass the ball.
Carvajal had pressure to deal with. Another play in a Real Madrid throw-in coming up. Wilting under the pressure, and now they try to go forward.
Okay, yeah, so getting back to that topic of that we were just talking about. Obviously, with Draymond's suspension,
Can he put it away?
I'm leaving. Oh, never mind. Oh, no! Brandon, why are we not talking?
Bro, so, we've actually been, man, I hope that stream actually posted because we talk so much about the 49ers and, how good they are. So hopefully it posts, you know.
Did you hear me about the comeback?
Yes. I don't know where the freak my stream is, so, all of that might have just gone to waste.
Bro, streaming in Japan.
Oh! The FIFA stream is up. I don't know why the Fortnite one didn't work, but this one is on.
On the gaming goats?
Yeah.
Actually?
Yeah, it is. This one actually worked. Bro, let's just keep talking about the 49ers like we were before and then just basically restate everything we said. Because that was actually really interesting.
Let's actually try to play the game, dude.
Alright.
Like, actually try to win.
Like, we're about to get destroyed.
Let's actually try to win.
I just got a red card.
Brandon!
I just got a red card.
Oh. Okay.
Alright,
obviously I'll start it off with this, yeah. So, welcome back, guys, to our stream, obviously. First stream of the day. Yeah. Obviously, we have some very interesting topics to talk about today. Obviously, regarding the 49ers, Brock Purdy, and all that jazz, just how they're doing right now, the current state. But what I do want to talk about, too, is one topic that I have for you guys that is coming up later in the show, so just stay tuned, and that's the topic about Grant Cohn. Obviously, Grant Cohn being the 49er, not influencer, I would say, but more like he's kind of like an antagonist against the 49ers. I want to put it that way because I just feel like he's against the 49ers. I mean, obviously we know about him, we know about his work, we know about his literature, we know about his takes, obviously all that. But I just want to go to the fact that he thinks Brock Purdy's a bad quarterback, and I just want you guys to stay tuned for that. But enough about that. I want to start off the show by talking about, obviously, Jair Brown. Jair Brown and the impact he's had on this team. Obviously, with Talanoa Hufanga is going out, I just want to hear what you think about Jair Brown and what he's done. Obviously, he came up big for us in that Tampa game, as you know. But I just want to hear what you have to say about him and his successes so far in the NFL, really. So, yeah.
So, yeah, for sure. I have seen a lot of growth in Jair Brown. I know he's a rookie, but you know, this is his, oh my gosh, that's a terrible pass. This is his first year, and honestly, I'm actually seeing a lot from him. You know, Talanoa Hufanga got out, I forgot against what team, but he got juked, like, terribly bad, to the point where he tore his TCI and his IXL. And, you know, we actually don't like to see that from Talanoa Hufanga. Obviously, we know he is one of the better strong safeties in the game. As we could see from last season, they were definitely a Super Bowl caliber team, and Talanoa Hufanga was definitely a All-Pro player. But, you know, I've seen a lot of growth from Jair Brown, and I feel like he could definitely be the future of the team. You know, we've seen a lot of good plays from him, a lot of some good interceptions, like you were saying, the Tampa game. That game, he really showed his worth and why they should start him. And, yeah, honestly, I've been hearing that Gibson, I just heard like 20 minutes ago from you, Gibson is leaving this season. So I actually am starting to think that this would be a dynamic duo if they put, oh my gosh, if they put both, you know, the reincarnation of Troy Polamalu apparently although he got juked so bad he tore his TCI and his IXL. But, you know, apparently the reincarnation of Troy Polamalu and Jair Brown, I feel like they could be a great duo and just, you know, go off in the defense.
I mean, yeah, that's a great point there that you made about Tyshawn Gibson leaving. Obviously, we don't need him with Jair Brown here, but I feel like we do. I mean, I feel like it's going to be a powerful combo between those two. I mean, I feel like they're going to be a dynamic duo. I mean, obviously, we haven't seen them on the field together because obviously Jair Brown was sitting down those couple of games beginning. But yeah, I mean, that's a great point you made there. Another topic I want to get to is about Kyle Shanahan's drafting. Obviously, he hasn't had the best decisions made. Honestly, I just want to see, who do you think is drafting those players for the 49ers? And I mean, obviously with them doing so well with drafting, kind of, I mean, not these past couple of years, but the years prior to that, I just want to know your feelings and thoughts on that, and who you think is drafting those, those
yeah,
players.
I literally have no idea because I know okay, I do have an idea because I know 100% it is not Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan is one of the worst drafters in NFL history, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I for sure know it's not him. So, honestly, I've been seeing some okay draft picks. This past season, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have passed by. This past season, I've seen some pretty bad drafting from Kyle Shanahan, but I honestly feel like he could do better now. But, you know, we saw the drafting of Jake Moody, which, you know, wasn't terrible. But, you know, they could have used it for any other position, but instead they took a kicker. Which,
can I say something?
Yeah.
O-line.
Yeah. That's what I was also starting to think. They could have just taken another old lineman and, you know, hoped that he came out good because Kyle Shanahan has a good history of making rookies just really good. You know, an example here is Brock Purdy. You know, you've seen him been improving so much since his first start last year against, I'm pretty sure, the Miami Dolphins. You've seen him grow so much.
Correct.
Yeah. You've seen him grow so much since that game. And, you know, people you know, like we were talking about earlier, people like Grant Cohn call him a system quarterback. That he's just good because he has a super team. So, I don't know. I also want to hear your opinions on that. What do you think about Brock Purdy and if he is a system quarterback or not?
I mean, yeah. I mean, a lot of things said. Well, I think very differently than some people. I mean, a lot of people just think it's these nuts Samuel just going off on these nuts. But it's been Brock Purdy. I mean, I think the system elevates Brock Purdy and Brock Purdy elevates the system because as we saw, Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't do the things that Brock Purdy does so well, such as reading the field and all that stuff. But also, Jimmy was not mobile at all. I mean, he was just a statue back there. I mean, it was just horrible to see. It pained me. But obviously, it's different with Brock now. So I feel like it's a little bit of both. I mean, the system is helping Brock, but Brock is also elevating the system. So that's what that's the point I wanted to make.
Yeah, so still on the same topic about Brock Purdy being a system QB. So I don't know if you remember, of course, actually you remember. You should remember because you're a 49ers fan. So the Niners were on a 3-game losing streak, and people are mostly putting the fault on Brock Purdy because he didn't have his good players, his starters like CMC. I mean, not CMC. His starters like Deebo Samuel and Trent Williams. So does this change your opinion about anything that you just said about Brock Purdy being a system QB?
Well, as you can see, the first save is a good one, but they can't react quickly enough to the second ball. The keeper's a bit unlucky.
Although you muted.
Goals and plentiful supply.
Oh my gosh, bro. Did I just ask that question for nothing? Damn. Oh. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just, I'll be back real quick, but, actually, I could wait for this game. But, yeah, obviously, I do want to keep talking about, Brock Purdy being assistant quarterback and why you didn't pass it to me. But, obviously this game's over, but, I mean, you know what's not over is the 49ers. The 49ers still have a very good chance of making the Super Bowl, obviously, with all the players they have. But what was I saying again about Brock Purdy?
Oh yeah, you were saying that you feel like he is not a system quarterback. Like I was saying, you know, those 3 weeks they were missing, of course, 2 of their key players on their offense. Trent Williams, who blocks for him obviously really well, and Deebo Samuel, who is a big part, and he is he's just a very all-around player. He just plays every position, you know. He's a very dynamic player. There's the word. Very dynamic.
Versatile.
Yeah, he's a very versatile, dynamic player. And so yeah, I'm just wanted to see your opinion on if you think that without any of the good players, if Brock Purdy can still do his magic.
Well, yeah, I think that's an important topic that we're gonna obviously have to push back on that for about 1 minute because I'll be back.
Okay, hurry your ass.
So this, yeah.
He's a very dynamic. Very dynamic.
Okay, guys, I hope you guys are all back. I hope you guys are all well. I hope you guys are all black. Yeah.
What? Oh yeah, we're getting demonetized. Yeah,
what was I saying about Brock Purdy?
So yeah, I've literally stated this like 3 times already. Come on, man. Anyways, you were saying that Brock Purdy is an assistant QB and that he's actually been playing pretty well. And you know, I think I said praying on accident, by the way. Yeah. So yeah, Brock Purdy's been praying a lot. No, Brock Purdy's been playing very well. And why the hell are we facing an international team on a club? All right. So yeah, you were saying that he's playing pretty well, and you know, but he's mostly been playing pretty well, as you can see with his starters. But what I'm trying to say is,
yes,
you know,
yes,
you saw those 3 weeks.
You can stop.
There. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's a very interesting topic to talk about. I mean, Brock Purdy without his star players. I mean, obviously, how would Brock Purdy do on another team that doesn't have these star-loaded studs like Deebo Samuel, Trent Williams, Trent Cheeseburger Williams, and all those other guys? But it's just obviously very interesting to talk about the topic because we obviously saw him 3 games without his starters, and obviously they didn't go too well for him. So that's something the 49ers are going to have to keep an eye on, but right now they don't have to worry because usually they're super good. Also including McCaffrey. I'm not sure how I forgot about him.
No, yeah, McCaffrey is definitely a big part of this team. So I feel like he's just one of the players that they can't let go. Like, they can't. Or else they're just going to turn into, you know, the Niners that we saw a few years ago. You know, and also, yeah, they're just going to start playing like the Raiders. You know, the Raiders, I don't even know what they're doing, bro. Honestly. Alright, you know, we were kind of talking about earlier the Eagles, right? And how we've been seeing their regression so far throughout this season, and how we've been seeing them just, you know, start doing really bad these last 3 weeks. How do you feel that the Eagles will be doing later on in the season or in the playoffs?
I mean, yeah, I feel like that's a fair topic to talk about, considering that the Eagles are in contention for the number one speed, for the number one.
Number one seed.
The number one seed, just like the 49ers are. So I feel like it is relevant to talk about them and what they're doing, obviously, right now.
No, yeah,
But,
just a really quick fact. They are currently the 4th seed in the NFC.
Thanks for telling me that. I really don't care, but and it's not really relevant either. So
you had Mohamed Salad. Oh, okay, whatever. Never mind. It's okay. What? Alright, I don't know what that laugh was, and also, but I don't know how I missed that. Alright, let's get back to the topic. Stop laughing. There you go, I scored. Alright. So, yeah, go back to the topic, like, right now before,
So the topic at hand was
You good? You good? So yeah, the topic at hand was about the Eagles doing pretty bad and recently losing to the Seahawks in a because of a Jalen Hurts interception.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my thoughts on that interception, that was I just lost my dog interception. I mean, he just threw it up there. I mean, I don't really know what he was doing, but yeah. Yeah, the Eagles. Obviously, we have been seeing a downward spiral with them these past couple of weeks, ever since watching the 49ers. And I think it's important to note that I think the 49ers might have exposed them due to Nick Bosa calling out Jalen Hurts, saying that they need to make him play quarterback, which is very insulting to Jalen Hurts, obviously. But yeah, I feel like Jalen Hurts is just a 300-pound monster that can't throw the ball really. He can just do the church push behind, in front of Jason Kelsey. I mean, but obviously very important. I want to hear your thoughts about this topic and what you think going forward for the Eagles would be the best for them.
So I feel like going forward for the Eagles, the best thing that they would do is, sell Jalen Hurts. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, let's just take a moment to talk about what the hell was that free kick, Aldo? You literally had Trent on the free kick. He's one of the best free kick takers in FIFA. So, what was that free kick? Let's just talk about that really quick. How much power did you put on that free kick? It's just a genuine question.
I just tapped the button, but
I don't think so though, bro. Alright, wait, I'm gonna
Alright then, well, you're criticizing me, so let's see yours.
Alright, nah, I'm getting the bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Hopefully nobody ever watches this. Okay, alright, bro. This guy's just really nice. Okay. Anyways, back to the topic about Jalen Hurts because, I just had to talk about that terrible free kick by both of us, actually. Actually, mine wasn't as bad, but Okay, so yeah, I feel like Jalen Hurts, he got paid, I don't know if you saw, he got paid one of the bigger contracts of the NFL this season. And, I've been seeing a lot of good stuff from him at the beginning of the season, but I just haven't really seen his worth these past 3 weeks. And honestly, I don't see that the money they gave him is really worth it. So yeah, I feel like the Eagles are still contenders. The Eagles are for sure still contenders. Alright, I know the Eagles are still contenders, and they're already basically in the playoffs. So, I've definitely haven't seen everything from Jalen Hurts so far that I feel like we know he could do. Like, he hasn't showed his full potential these last 3 weeks. I don't know what Nick Sirianni has been up to lately, but yeah, they just haven't been playing the same and everything. But yeah, so I feel like Jalen Hurts, he could definitely do good. We still haven't seen him in the playoffs yet. So, they're doing pretty bad right now, but what really matters in the end is the playoffs and winning the Super Bowl. So, it's just it's just like a matter of time. We have to wait and see what happens with Jalen Hurts. And you're about to get Trent a red card. So yeah, it's just a matter of time. I want to see what happens in the playoffs, and you know we can make our final judgments after the Eagles play in the playoffs, and we see how they are gonna do for.
Well, that's very good analysis from you. It sounded like you go to Harvard, but you actually go to Yale University. So that sounded very well from you. Obviously, something else I would like to add on about Jalen Hurts, his haircut. That's terrible. Let's just be honest, it's honestly horrible. One of the worst ones. No, one of the worst ones in the league.
You know, obviously he's still if we're being honest, nobody beats CJ Stroud's haircut. So yeah, you're
let's be honest. Yeah. Yeah, but that was another topic I wanted to talk about. I'm such a goat.
No, Darwin.
Yeah, true. That's on me.
Bro, what? Bro thought it was all him. Alright, anyways. So yeah, about that topic about Jalen Hurts' hair, what were you saying?
Yeah, it's just something that... Haircut, come on. I mean, you gotta fix that up. You have to fix that up.
He can never get the Chef Gabe. I think Chef Gabe has a better haircut.
Yeah, on the topic about Chef Gabe, I just wanted to shout him out.
No,
obviously, he got kicked out for giving people cancer with his tacos. But I mean, we all, everyone's saying it's the big C, but we all know the reason why. But yeah, on that topic.
He gave cancer.
Yeah, I mean, I was one of the few survivors of that didn't really get any infection.
I didn't get sick that day, so I'm pretty sure I'm pretty tough for that. You know.
Yeah.
Only people that were there the whole week are tough, and you know, I'm lucky to be part of those survivors of that. But yeah, although I'm pretty sure that's not the reason he got kicked out. I'm pretty sure it's because or they didn't even kick him out actually. He just had to be part of the CYC, and that means they have to take down the kitchen, and we don't have a kitchen in our school. So yeah, that's the reason. But yeah, on the topic of Chef Gabe, man, I just want to give him a shout out for those years. Those public schoolish food. So honestly, that's not really something that I like to created him all these years, and now that we don't have his food, I'm really starting to see how much this change is gonna
how much of an impact he had on your life.
Yeah, how much impact he had. Yeah, that's actually a great way to say it. I don't even know what I was saying. Yeah, so he honestly has just impacted so much, and I'm now starting to realize that now that we're getting this interesting food. It's not the worst food, obviously, but you know, yeah, I've definitely seen the difference, and yeah, man, I just want to give Chef Gabe a shout out for being there all those years, and yeah, I hope he has a good one.
Well, yeah, obviously I do hope he has a good one. Obviously, on the topic of his retirement, but those Crocs he wore, I mean, those were going down. Let's
yeah,
be honest.
Those will go down in history of the De La Salle. Hopefully they put it in like one of the rooms they have. I don't know, bro. Hopefully they put in like the Hoffman Center or something. But
yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping for that to happen. I mean, he was really one of the more influential figures of the De La Salle Academy community. I mean,
yeah,
he had a huge.
He was one of the better teachers. You know, he wasn't even a teacher, and I think he was still the most popular. He was the most popular there at the school, and no, I mean, Chef Gabe, he's honestly just one of the most legendary people at De La Salle.
That's without a doubt, too.
And I feel like he's even more popular than the Hoffmans themselves. So, without a doubt, that's literally, he's literally more popular than the Hoffmans, let's be honest. And I feel like
I know just the topic about Chef Gabe being more popular than the Hoffmans, but I also do want to give the Hoffman family a shout out just for all the years of support that they obviously provided for me, and now they give me this opportunity to move on to greater things with Mission Hood and Sam at the high school.
You are not doing the valedictorian speech right now, chill out, bro.
But, yeah, I just want to touch on that topic just a little bit as well.
No, yeah, I also wanted to shout out the Hoffmans, man. They've honestly gave us a great opportunity with those scholarships that we get on this school. You know, it could easily be a few $1,000s for like a lot of thousands, you know, for the scholarship we get here. But wait, because of the scholarship we get here, we don't actually, oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, that's a great topic to talk about. But I mean, I know we credit Chef Gabe for everything, but I mean, I just really want to give a shout out to Mr. Mahood. I really do. I mean, all those years of calling the cops when something didn't go right, and I mean, I don't know.
Bro, be quiet, bro.
Oh! Oh! No. I'm leaving.
Bro's getting kicked out of the high school. Oh, nah, you're done.
No, but actually, on a more serious topic, Mr. Mahood was always a good guy. That,
Nah, bro, that's, yeah, I don't, how did you graduate from De La Salle Academy?
man, Mr. Mahood was always a great guy! You're not so! Oh my god!
Bro's actually cooking up right now. Oh, anyways, let's actually change the topic. How did you graduate from De La Salle Academy?
Yeah. About that, I'm not too sure. Obviously, as you can
And also,
see.
how do you get valedictatorian?
I mean, yeah, I can't get into that because,
That's
I just can't.
confidential between me and the school. So yeah. So what were you saying? What were you saying earlier?
I just want to give a shout out to Mr. Mahood for preparing me for the test to enter high school. Really getting me good there.
Yeah, I would also like to give a shout out.
Taught me a lot of lessons, obviously.
Oh yeah, a lot of life lessons about the high school and you know, why?
It just really got me ready.
Yeah, I really can't. I feel like I was really prepared after, you know, Mr. Mudge is telling us all about the high school, and I feel like I'm gonna be really well prepared next year. And you know, I just recently learned a little more about the learning center, and how, like, oh my gosh, how that was offside that was. But yeah, honestly, I feel like we've really been learning a lot from the high school, and yeah, I really appreciate that. And on the topic of giving shout outs to people, you know, I want to give a shout out to oh yeah, to CJ Stroud, just for being the best NFL player right now.
Yeah, without a doubt.
No, yeah. So CJ Stroud, honestly, bro, he has like the best haircut in the whole entire world. Although, how did he miss? He has like one of the best haircuts in the whole entire world, of course. Probably the best, actually. Why am I even saying?
Well,
I'm leaving. No, I'm not supposed to be saying that, bro. All right. Anyways, yeah. So I just want to give a shout out to CJ Stroud for existing and you know, being a really great quarterback. Probably one of the best right now, or the best quarterback right now. Actually, I'm sorry.
You know, my religion teacher prayed for CJ Stroud.
He did.
Yeah, because apparently CJ Stroud's dad is in jail. No, actually.
Well, at least CJ Stroud came out better than his dad. Although you see Luis Diaz all the way on the side.
Yeah, I was gonna see both.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm about to score this citizen goal. Well, yeah, on the topic of other shout-outs, I would like to give a shout-out to the whole De La Salle Academy community. For just in general giving me this education that I have here. And, you know, I feel like I've been doing really trash at school. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, I feel like I've just been on top of everything, on top of my game in school. And, you know, I was doing pretty bad in science and in math, you know. But, you know, I feel like the teachers have been doing a really great job of teaching, or maybe it's just me getting smarter and actually knowing how to understand the work now. But yeah, I just want to give it a shout out because, you know, I've been understanding things a lot better. And I recently just got a 30 out of 30, I'm pretty sure, on my science test. But Ms. Weinberger kind of still needs to grade that.
Well, let's not give false information to the stream.
Well, although I don't know what you're talking about, bro. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, but yeah, that is not false information. I just got a 30 out of 30, and I think, yeah, and she still needs to grade it.
Are we gonna make the run?
Bro, do you not see Luis Diaz all the way on the other side? Alright, yeah, so I just want to give a shout out to like Ms. Weinberger and Mr. Mahood. You know, I've been doing a lot better this year. I don't know why, but yeah, they've just been I don't know, teaching better. I think, unless I'm just getting smarter. But yeah. And then you know, Mr. G and Mr. Graham for you know, setting literally everything up for us. And
I mean, yeah, those are the obvious ones.
The W vice principal and president of De La Salle Academy. And you better score that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's obviously one of that's some of the more serious ones that we're talking about there. But
no, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I also want to give a shout out.
Shout out!
I have a shout out for brother Anthony because so literally yesterday, I'm pretty sure, I was asking him for a Wonder, and he was like, oh yeah, there's no more Wonder. And then actually, this is also kind of to Mr. Graham, so shout out.
Shout out!
So yeah, I have a shout out for both brother Anthony and Mr. Graham because so you know, I was looking for Wonder, and so yeah. I went up to brother Anthony.
Wait, just to clear some things up for the chat. It's not the song, right?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's not that Kanye song. Yeah, the book, of course. He's brother Anthony is our librarian. So yeah, we asked, or I asked because Tom also wanted it, but we both kind of asked for it. And then he was like, "There's no copies that I have seen." And then Mr. Graham just came out of nowhere and he said, yeah, well, there's like 70 copies in the attic, actually. And then brother Anthony went to go get them for us, and he gave them to whoever wanted it in our class. So yeah, now snaps.
Yeah, that's amazing. Just another one of the great stories that I've heard. I mean, obviously my whole life about brother Anthony. He was just an amazing guy, amazing librarian, amazing cleaner up of morning break, but. I mean, yeah, that's just one of the small kinds of act that, I mean, he does every day. I mean, this is honestly normal to him. Just helping out the community, blessing others. Obviously, I think he plays a very important role in the De La Salle community. And just like, I mean, he keeps the school together, man. I mean, he's the soul of De La Salle Academy. So I just really want to thank him throughout my time. I mean, always helping me find books that were right in front of me that I was too blind to see. I mean, yeah. So, what's another topic?
Oh yeah, so let's go back to the 49ers.
Yeah.
So, you know, do you want to start this one off, or do you want me to start this one off?
Well, I want to start this one off, but I want to take this another route. Can we talk about the team we're using right now in FIFA?
Yeah, I thought this was 49ers talk, but we've actually been talking about everything, so I guess it's just a sports talk at this point. Just like that group chat we have, you know. So yeah, the Liverpool that we are using right now, currently, you know, we have really seen a lot of goals from them. No, we've seen them sign some big signings, like Dominic Szoboszlai, and you know, also we also have seen the signing of Alexis McAllister.
Yep.
Those have both been some great signings, and we are currently seeing how good how good of an addition they have been to our team. So you've seen like these great goals from that one Puskas worthy goal from McAllister, and then you know we always have to talk about Trent, man. Trent, I don't know, he's just one of the best. He for 2 games straight he scored 2 bangers, that one free kick, and then well he scored like 3 goals in 2 games. You know, we always have to talk about Trent. He's one of those great passers in the league and probably the best right back in the world right now. And you know, on the topic of Liverpool, we always have to talk about Darwin Nunez, where he almost scored that goal. You know,
I mean, yeah.
Darwin Nunez, you know, he hasn't really been scoring if we're being honest, but no.
I just want to say, wow, Darwin's vision. I mean, did you see that one? I don't know if all of us recall, but that one pass where he saw the reflection of Mr. Gravenberch off the post.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that was amazing.
He hit the post and it just went straight. Yeah, that was just some great vision by Darwin. That's just another example of why Darwin is just one of the greats right now in world football. You know, people talk about like Haaland and Mbappe, but you know, people haven't seen Darwin. He's just one of those all-around players that he kind of looks like a midfielder and a defender and an attacker. You know, sometimes he's just big body, sometimes he's just on the attack.
I think you're forgetting the goalkeeper too.
Oh yeah, no. I remember that game where he just I've seen him in practice. I actually talked to him the other day. He said that he was just training as a goalkeeper just for fun. just in case, like, you know, Allison and both of the keepers got injured. No, he said
Yeah,
that he's
Colin.
he's actually been looking pretty good in keep, and it could be one of his alternate positions for sure. And
I mean, yeah, I see him in the future as a playing back Kamavinga type of role, really just anything.
yeah,
I mean, it's really a joy to watch him go to work every day. I mean, he's a hard worker, obviously. That if he keeps working hard, I mean, things are gonna start flowing in for him. I mean, it's only a matter of time before he starts getting the recognition he deserves. I mean, because you have people over Highland that just like, I mean, they're just big and they just like to farm, and I mean, like no one likes those people. I mean, but yeah, that's a great point you made there. I think Darwin for sure deserves more recognition. And can we also talk about his lovely haircut with the?
no, yeah, I was literally, before you interrupted me, not gonna lie, you know, it's okay though. I was about to start talking. Man, what a beautiful haircut that man has, man. He honestly just looks like one of the, like, he honestly just looks like Jesus with that haircut. When he has it all down, bro, he's just like he has one of the greatest haircuts. You know, CJ Stroud kind of beats him a little bit, but you know, he's just one of the best haircuts in the world, and I just don't see anything better than that.
I mean, yeah, that's a compliment. To be up there with CJ Stroud competing for the best haircut is real. It really is a compliment.
And here you see another example of why he is one of the best. Look at that. Both McAllister and Nunez, like I was talking about them earlier, they have really been showing their worth to the team. And as that's an example right there of scoring a beautiful goal, Darwin Nunez there.
Yeah, that's just some of the little stuff he could do for you. I mean, that wasn't really even nothing from him. But yeah, on the topic of hair, I mean, to be up there compared to CJ as one of the greatest is honestly it speaks volumes to what we're talking here. Obviously with CJ being number one, but I feel like Darwin's up there. I mean, Darwin's up there, man. It's getting close, but I think CJ still has an edge. Let's talk about Foden's haircut, by the way. That looks horrible.
Yeah, honestly, I'm starting to think Foden should get like he should probably just grow out his hair and get a perm at this point, man. Honestly, and it would still look bad on him. Honestly, Foden should just retire from world football, man. His haircut is just so bad that he should just leave. Kind of like Jalen Hurts, you know, the way we were talking about earlier. He kind of has a similar hairstyle to him, and you know, it's not really suiting for him. And, he should definitely change it.
No, yeah, well, I thank you for bringing up Jalen Hurts again, but I do want to get on the topic about, well, the best in the world, Bobby Firmino, obviously left to Al Hilal, but obviously I know people get emotional with that topic at hand, but I mean, it's like one of the greatest to ever do it with the Liverpool jersey on, obviously.
Yeah.
And I mean, how many people could be compared to him? I mean, not many, except Darwin and Trent. I mean, as being up there with one of the GOATs. But how has his loss impacted this team in the positional rankings that they are right now in the Premier League? Obviously, I think they're number 2 or number 1. You might have to fact check me on that one. But
yeah, they're number 2 at the moment. I'm pretty sure.
Number 2 at the moment. Okay, yeah.
I mean, tying with Manchester United.
I mean, yeah. Okay. Well, that's another topic that we'll get into. And then probably about like 1 minute after you give your terrible explanation of what you think. But yeah, I just want to hear what you think on that situation.
Oh yeah. So I really do not know Bobby Firmino. You know, man, he was one of the greatest, you know, to ever play on Liverpool. His loss was obviously a big one, and very, very sad to all Liverpool fans, of course, unless you're a fake fan. No.
Oh, why you say no? Oh.
¿A quién? Oh, sí. ¿Qué tiene? No sé. Pues no sé cómo trabaje eso. Bro, apparently people are coming to fumigar outside.
That's what you call defending.
Alright. The stream just heard that, so. That's just what's
So yeah, on the topic of Bobby Firm.
Yeah, Bobby Firmino. Ah? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, so now that you guys know that there's somebody at my house trying to rob me, you know, on the topic of Bobby Firmino. Yeah. I feel like his loss was like had a big impact on the squad. You know, he was one of those players that was just very well known around the team, and you know, I'm pretty sure Trent was crying, which you know, you don't love to see. He was crying when this happened, and you know, that made me cry too. So yeah, I think that was just one of the losses.
Yeah.
But with that loss, I feel like it wasn't the worst thing that happened, because that also gave Darwin a chance now. Because before they just never put Darwin in, because they had all of these great players, of course, all these studs. And no, this just gave Darwin a chance to prove himself to Liverpool and to prove why he is one of the best or the best strikers, you know, in the world.
I mean, yeah, like you said about that topic of kind of being good for obviously the future of the team. I mean, yeah, I mean, everything happens for a reason. And I think that's just one of the examples, one of the key examples that we see here. Yep. Although it's very, the loss is, of course, painful. Obviously, I give my condolences out to Trent with all that stuff going on right now. But I mean, yeah, it's one of those things that happen. I mean, we just have to move on sometimes. But he'll always be remembered as the best in the world. I mean, Bobby Firmino. I mean, what else do you want? But yeah.
Oh yeah, he's our number 9.
Also, yeah. I mean, give him the ball. He's gonna score every time.
Darwin is now.
I mean, he's senor. He's the best in the world. He's Bobby Firmino. But also, I wanted to get on the topic about I'm blinking on his name. I'm sorry. Oh, man, I can't remember.
What team is he on?
Man, I just can't remember his name. Oh, man. I just wanted to get on the topic about, what was his name? Yes. Luis Diaz's parents. So, obviously, we all know what happened with that situation and how, obviously,
well, okay,
RIP.
if you guys, actually, you're acting like if everybody knows. If you guys didn't know, so, yeah, Luis Diaz, his parents, I'm pretty sure in Colombia, they were kidnapped, by this gang or something. And, yeah, it was a very serious situation that, no, I really, I sent out my, all of my prayers to Luis Diaz in that time. But, luckily they have been found, but, you know, continue on what you were saying.
Yeah. Obviously, me as well. I also want to give my condolences to Luis Diaz's family. Obviously, going through a very struggling time, and for him to come back and make that goal against, I believe it was Luton Town, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, that just showed a bunch of heart from Luis Diaz, and I honestly think he needs to go to Barca since it's his childhood club, and we need to get someone like Vinicius Jr. out here playing left wing for Liverpool. But honestly, on a more serious note, I really do appreciate what Luis Diaz has done for us. Obviously, it's his childhood club being Barca. I hope he does go there and we get Vinicius Jr. But obviously, I mean, it's just one of those things where we could also get Mbappe, you know?
Yeah,
with the rumors.
That's also one of the topics I was about to bring up. So, what do you think about this in a situation where Real Madrid kind of stopped pursuing Mbappe as much, and Liverpool apparently has some opportunities to go for Mbappe, but they haven't really taken them yet? What do you think about this situation, and what do you think they could do to possibly get Mbappe on this team?
I mean, yeah, it's one of those situations where you're going to have to give up a lot, obviously. I feel like you're going to have to give up Mo Salah, put a little bit of salt on that.
On that topic, I've been hearing that there's some rumors about Mo Salah going to Saudi and that he's going to be their main target for this next offseason in the Saudi League. So, yeah, that's just a little fact there that could possibly help them with this purchase of Mbappe.
Yeah, well, obviously, yes. I mean, it's just very, like I said, one of those stunning situations where, I mean, you just can't wrap your brain around it. Obviously, Salah leaving, I feel like we could get a lot of capitalism off of that. I feel like we could get a lot of money off of that, a lot of good alcohol. But, yeah, shout out to Future, by the way. But also, yeah, I feel like it's just one of those situations where, I mean, it would be good for the team. Obviously, we could get But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like Salah plays an instrumental role in our success at Liverpool, so I just don't know how it would look like without Salah. But, I mean, that's my opinion. I just want to hear, a little bit of your opinion, and also I want to hear your opinion on Heung-min Son.
Oh yeah, obviously, let me first talk about that Mo Salah situation before I talk about, one of the GOATs, Heung-min Son. I've definitely seen a lot from Mo Salah lately at Liverpool. He's obviously one of the all-time greats at Liverpool. He's been there for many years already, and he's shown why he should have his place on this team. But obviously with this situation of Mbappe and Saudi wanting to pay hundreds of millions for Salah, I could see a trade happening, but it would be a tough situation, kind of just like the Bobby Firmino situation. But I feel like Mbappe could be an easy key piece into this attack we have on Liverpool, which could really improve a lot if we get Mbappe. And yeah.
I mean, yeah. I feel like Mbappe can really just dive into this team and be one of the best to ever do it for us.
Just sold.
But yeah, that's also what I want to say. And I also want to get into the topic of Darwin being so clutch in the last couple of minutes of the game.
What happened to Heung-min Son? What happened?
Well, yeah, but this is more important considering the situation we're in. I just want to talk about Darwin being so clutch in those key moments. Obviously, Darwin is one of the GOATs at scoring at late moments when we really need him the most, when we're tied 3-3. So I just want to hear your thoughts on that. I just want to hear your thoughts on that situation, and yeah.
No, yeah, for sure. Darwin is really one of the most he's one of the most clutch players on Liverpool, of course, or probably or probably the most clutch player at Liverpool. And we honestly love to see that from Darwin. If you remember that one game where we were down by by about a goal or two, and Darwin just came out of nowhere and scored two very similar, almost identical goals. And he scored both of them, and that actually cost us to win the game. So Darwin, he's obviously one of the greats at Liverpool at the moment. And I've definitely seen a lot of improvement, and I know he could do a lot better and just get to that top level in world football.
I mean, yeah, I think there's not too much to improve for Darwin. I already think he's at the top of world football, in my opinion. I don't know what you're yabbling about, but it's kind of shocking to me the way you were talking about Darwin just a couple of minutes ago. Now the way you're talking about him now, it's just kind of baffling that you think that he's not at the top of world football and that he could get better. So I just want to hear your explanation on why you you think that.
Okay, what I was basically, oh my gosh, we're playing. Okay, I don't know. Alright, so yeah, what I was basically trying to say is, what I'm saying is that he could be at the top of world football. I'm not saying he wasn't. I never said he wasn't at the top already.
I mean, Brandon, you're contradicting yourself right now, and you make no sense.
Alright.
Also, let's play Tiki Taka this game.
So yeah, Darwin, of course, is the best in the world right now. He's besides, obviously, there's really no choice here. It's just Trent and Darwin. You just can't choose over one of them. They're just both the best in the world. No other better player, obviously. But yeah, Darwin, for sure, he has that potential to never be beaten ever in world football. Like, he's never gonna get beaten by Messi or Ronaldo or anything.
Like, once again, I mean, those are just facts that you're talking that don't need to be said, so I don't really know why you're saying them.
Well, I just wanted to, obviously, there might be some viewers that are not Liverpool fans.
Everyone knows this, Brandon. Everyone knows Darwin's the GOAT, so why are you stating this?
You know, there are some, you know, some dumb people that don't think Darwin is the GOAT, and they go for Messi or Ronaldo, bro. You already know that. So I don't know.
Okay, well, let's just play Tiki Taka right now. But okay, other than that, I do want to get into the topic of onion rings, obviously.
Yeah, what a great topic.
Can you shoot the ball?
Okay, bro, my bad.
That's what tick.
Okay, bro. Alright then.
So yeah.
Go, 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 go. Robertson, big body, big body, big body. Alright, so yeah. Let's see. What else is there to talk about? No, what is your... Honestly, yeah, this is actually not bad. What is your opinion on Jurgen Klopp and how he has been managing Liverpool for these last few months?
Yeah. Well, Jurgen Klopp has been amazing. I mean, one of the world premiere. I don't think much needs to be said about Jurgen Klopp, but obviously one of the best to ever do it. He's up there with Andres Jardín from America. I mean, obviously not that level, like that level, but you know what I mean. Yeah. One of the few better managers out there. Obviously, I think he gets carried by Darwin half of the time, but
I don't know what happened right there, by the way. So be quiet. All right. So yeah, thank you for your analysis on that. So now that you're on the topic of America, so later today, America actually plays in a very good. It's gonna be a very easy game, of course, against Barcelona. So what are your thoughts of what's gonna happen in that game?
Well, yeah, well, America coming off of just winning what basically is 10 times bigger than the UCL, obviously comes in looking very sharp, very well, very good.
Looking very good after winning the championship.
And obviously a struggling Barca side that we have here that, I mean, can't even beat Girona now. I mean, it's getting out of hand. But, I mean, this should be an easy game for America. I mean, they shouldn't even play their starters, if I'm being honest, just to prevent risk of injury. But yeah, I feel like Barcelona is going to get clapped 5-0. Not much else needs to be said about that game. I mean, America has one of the best managers to ever do it, if not the best. And I'm going to say it right now, he is the best manager to ever do it in World Premier Football. So, yeah, that's my opinion about that game.
That is a great opinion that you said there, and no, there isn't really much that needs to be said about America. You know, they're just like the best club ever to be created. You know, I don't know why they ranked them in the Liga MX, bro. They should be in like the Super League that is about to be created. You know, honestly, I don't know why they're disrespecting them so much, but no, it is what it is. We can't do anything about it.
I mean, yeah, and I also want to give my condolences to all the other teams in Liga MX who just can't compete. I mean, it's just a nightmare playing against America. So I feel like, I mean, obviously La Liga isn't that good competition. Obviously Premier League. I mean, America is just out of this world, kind of. I mean, there's no other teams that can really compete with them at this moment, and obviously at all moments, for being really honest about how they're playing.
Yeah, for sure. So, you know, there's been a lot of talking about soccer, so we could, or football, you know, whatever you prefer. So you know, we could definitely go back to the NFL. So in the NFL, you know, there's been a lot of interesting things going on in both the NFC and the AFC. So what are your current thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys?
Oh yeah, Dallas. Well, just another one of those teams like Barca that just terrible, stinky doggy water. But above it all is that they're just not good. Honestly, I mean, they choke in the playoffs. Their quarterback is like really bad. I mean, that Dakota Press. I mean, he's terrible. Let's just be honest. Let's get this out of the way. Nick Bosa kills him. But I mean, yeah, just one of those teams that are just pretenders, as I like to call them. It's one of those teams that we know are not going to contend for the Super Bowl, and probably never will until they start Trey Lance.
Yeah, so So talking about Trey Lance, what are you thinking about that Trey Lance situation that happened on the 49ers where he was on the team and he just never played really at all, and he was just never started, even though he had all of this potential that was growing?
Yeah, well, obviously, I think it starts off with, obviously, the main man himself, Kyle Shenanigans, so pulling off some shenanigans to get Trey Lance hurt. I mean, just running him up the middle like a running back wasn't the greatest idea, and I think he knows that now. Probably not, but...
Yeah, he's probably still the same old person that we've seen. But, yeah, honestly, that situation was not good, not great. So, I was hearing earlier today that, you know, Kyle Shenanigans, of course, making more shenanigans happen. He got 2 running backs last draft, I'm pretty sure, and you know he just let them go this season or last season. He let them go after drafting them, and you know, what are your opinions on that situation going on with Kyle Shenanigans?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just a waste. Why would you get running backs if you have C-Mac, Jordan Mason, and Elijah Mitch? I mean, it makes no sense to me. I mean, it's really mind-baffling. It's one of those things that gets me irritated with Kyle, although he is a great scheme caller, play caller, all that stuff, game manager, whatever you want to call him. I mean, it's just one of those things that I just can't get my head around. Why 2 running backs that you're not even going to use? I mean, those are some shenanigans that Kyle does, as well as some other stuff, but, I mean, yeah, that's what I really feel about that topic. Like, can we just get some more linemen, please, for like Brock Purdy or something? Like, come on now. Like, what are you doing? And I think this is one of the more serious situations that we need to get into, because we're just wasting players of the future. I mean, what are we doing? But yeah, that's really how I'm feeling about this situation right now. Hopefully he stops doing that and he actually gets some good alignment. Yeah, because we need more Trent Williams right now.
That is a great point that you made there. You know, now that we've been talking a lot about the NFC, what are your opinions on the AFC and what is going on in between? Apparently, the greats of the AFC, which are the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Ravens at this moment. What are you thinking about the? All right, let's first go on the Chiefs, the previous Super Bowl winners. What are you thinking about them at the moment?
Yeah, the Chiefs. Well, obviously, Kadarius Phoney, just terrible, just dropping passes everywhere. I mean, I think he needs to get his act together, obviously. I mean, those mistakes could be crucial when it comes to playoff games. Really, any game, but of course, playoff games, just with the magnitude of it. Super Bowl, if we're talking big boy. But, yeah, just think they need some wide receivers. They need to help Kermit out a little bit. I feel like I feel like he doesn't have the supporting cast that he used to have with the Cheetah. And I also want to talk about Tyreek Hill's choice of income when he retires from the NFL.
Yeah, although if we talk about that, we're probably going to get demonetized for life. So let's not talk about what Tyreek Hill wants to do for income after his NFL career.
Okay, well, so thanks for reminding me about that.
Yeah, let's just, you know, so what are your thoughts on how the Chiefs
you guys could,
huh?
You guys could, I just want to send chat a little message. You guys could search that up and see for yourself what he wants to do. Even go to the website a little bit. But yeah.
Bro.
Oh, I sent out Darwin on accident.
Bro! Oh my, okay, whatever. Alright. Anyways, so talking a little bit more about the Chiefs. How do you think they're gonna perform in the playoffs against contenders like the Bills and the Ravens?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm just wondering if they'll perform when they have money right in front of them. That's really the main reason it's one of the main stuff I'm trying to figure out right now with them. Obviously, how Patty Mahomes is gonna perform. I mean, it's just one of those things where, I mean, it's the Chiefs. I mean, they have Patty Mahomes. They have Mahomie. I mean, obviously, we see a lot of people glazing Mahomes all the time, but I think the glaze is honestly deserved. I mean, 2 Super Bowls, like 26 years old, sounds like Kermit the Frog. I mean, there's not much better that could be happening with them. Especially, I do feel like Mahomes owes a lot of success to the Raiders, just because the Raiders are always like the 2 games that he could really get his confidence going, since he really puts up a lot of stats against them. So yeah, I feel like he owes a lot to the Raiders.
No, yeah, that is for sure a great statement there about the Raiders. No, we'll be talking about them a little bit later on in this in this talk. You know, so more about the Chiefs. Do you think the money they paid Mahomes was good, or was it too much? And do you think they could have instead used this money for better receivers?
Well, honestly, my hypothesis, my educated guess on this would probably have to be that I would have paid Mahomes because, first of all, he's worth it. I mean, he sounds like Kermit, dude. I would have paid him for sure, but I just think that I would have gotten him a good wide receiver. Now, he doesn't have to be great, but he could catch the ball. Unlike Kadarius Tony Smith and Marquez Valdez, I dropped the ball scrambling. So I just feel like you need to get him receivers that could actually catch, and he'd be just fine. I feel like they would obviously have more wins. Obviously, with the fraud Eagles game, that we obviously saw what happened there. I don't need to speak on that too much, but yeah, I feel like you just need to get him more help. I mean, what are you guys doing? Come on now. It's Patty Mahomes, one of the greatest throwers of the football ever. Obviously, makes things look a little bit Mahomey, but yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, that is actually really good. All right, now that we talked a little bit about the Chiefs, you know, we have they always that have the team that has mostly been their contender for like the past few years, the Buffalo Bills. So
I thought you were gonna say the Raiders.
What have you been seeing from the Buffalo Bills so far, and how do you think they are going to do in a few months in the playoffs?
Well, obviously they're not in the playoffs yet, so I don't know what you're yabbling about. But I can give my opinion on what I think is going to happen with them.
Yeah. I'm so done. Yeah.
So right now they just beat the Dallas no playoff Cowboys. Obviously they already clinched it, but the Dallas first round exit Cowboys. Obviously, I mean that game was really impressive. I know it was. I'm not gonna even lie, because the Cowboys had a lot of expectations. This was kind of a revenge game, but I mean, Josh Allen is obviously he's shown he can play to that capacity or level. He just needs to limit the picks, and I think he'll be just fine. But in the meantime, it's lean time on top of bean time. I mean, honestly, they just need to get a little bit healthier, I would say. Obviously, some of their main pieces, like Tre'Davious Black, is out for the whole season. I mean,
Wait, why'd you say Black?
I just got confused a little bit. But he's obviously out for the whole season, so I think he's a huge loss to their success. Michael Poyer, all those star-studded players. But I think the Bills are gonna, Jordan, my bad. I think the Bills are gonna be just fine, and I think they will sneak into the playoffs. And I honestly do think they'll be Super Bowl contenders, since the AFC isn't looking too strong, except the Ravens.
All right. Yeah, well, thank you about the Bills. I also forgot about another team currently, right now, pretty much already in the playoffs, and you know, one of the teams, obviously, one of the great teams out there. No, let's talk about them before the Eagles. I mean the Ravens, the Miami Dolphins.
I mean, the Dolphins, obviously, with the great head coach at Mike McDaniels, former predecessor of Kyle Shanahan. But I mean, some of the stuff Mike McDaniels does with Tyreek Hill is amazing off the court and on the court. But obviously, we're not going to get into. You already gave me the warning to not get into what Tyreek Hill wants to do off the court later on in his career, which I bring that up again just to remind people. But I mean, Mike McDaniels, one of the better head coaches in the NFL. Obviously, learned a few stuff from Kyle Shenanigans. I think he's one of the better coaches in the NFL, obviously, but I mean, I feel like the Dolphins just need to show more of playing real contenders and actually beating them, because if we remember, they played the Philadelphia Eagles at Eagles and they got destroyed. So, and the Eagles are not even that good. So, just wondering about that. It's kind of
that is very valid point there. That is very valid point there. No, they did win a game this season about 70-something to 0. I'm just kidding. They won like 70 to, like, I forgot what the score was. It was like 60 or 70 points they scored on the Broncos. And, you know, the Broncos aren't really the best team. I mean, they did beat, actually, like, the Chiefs and the Bills, I think. But, you know, they've just been beating some bad teams, so that is a valid point. Okay, so, yeah, now that we've talked about a little bit about that, you know, let's talk about who who is the MVP this season, actually, before we talk about the Ravens?
Well, yeah, obviously the MVP topic, one of the bigger things in sports right now. A lot of media don't know. Well, I just don't think there's a lot of good quarterback play this season, honestly, with Mahomes having those issues with interceptions and drops and all that stuff. Obviously, Josh Allen as well. Jalen Tush push hurts. I mean, he's not really that impressive to me, honestly. I've never really looked at him as an elite quarterback that should be getting paid $255 million to just do the push tush. But obviously, there's one man in all of this that probably is going to end up getting the award, and that is not Mohamed Salah. That is Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, exceptional this season. Obviously, we've seen him without his weapons for 3 games. He's just playing ball is fantastic. I mean, he really knows how to put the balls in the places where just they fit perfectly to Debo and Ayuk. And I mean, Brock Purdy's balls are exceptional. I mean, he knows how to throw it with precision, timing, and all that stuff. I mean, he knows where to put the balls. So, I mean, MVP efficiency. I mean, I saw this crazy stat that Brock Purdy has the least attempt throws, and he's still leading the league in yards, which is just some impressive stuff. But it also does lead me to wonder, why does he have the least throw attempts? Does the team not trust him? Is that it, or is it just because Christian McCaffrey is just one of the better running backs in the league, if not the best? Actually, he is the best running back. I'm just wondering that. I mean, that's a fair point. I mean, obviously, McCaffrey is also in the MVP vote, which I think it comes down to the question of who would you rather have in the Super Bowl, Brock Purdy or Christian McCaffrey? It's an easy question. So just because of that, I think it should be Mr. BCB. Honestly.
Yeah, you could just say it on that. I'm just kidding. Alright, well, only the real people know what BCB means, and, wait, BCP? Wait, is it? Oh, no, it's both. Well, whatever. BCB, yeah, only real people know what BCB is, and, where the heck are you going? Why are you going out of the freaking stadium? Anyways, yeah, so that's a very valid point about Brock Purdy being the MVP. People are saying that he's just trash, though, and that he's just a system QB. So, yeah, I honestly, I don't know what that was. I honestly agree with you. But, yeah. Now with all of that finally talked about, let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens. The next matchup for the 49ers, which, Baltimore is literally the #1 seed as well in the AFC. So we're hoping to see a great game from this. And so how do you think that game is gonna pan out? And you think the Niners are gonna win, or you think the Ravens could pull out an upset?
Well, obviously, it will be an upset win for the Ravens if they do win. But due to the fact that the 49ers just have star-studded players like Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, who's always open on every single play and could always be relied upon, I mean, I just don't see a match for Baltimore. I mean, I've watched some of Baltimore games, and they just don't seem impressive on offense. I honestly think the defense for the 49ers could stop them really well. And I think they match up perfectly against the Niners, but I think the Niners, with Kyle Shenanigans, could pull this one off. I think Kyle's just smarter than their head coach. I feel like Steve Wilkes is going to be on them all game. I mean, I just don't see a way that Baltimore could possibly win, although I could see it happening, but I just really don't see it happening, and it probably will not happen. So that's why I am going for the 49ers to win. And I also do want to give a MVP of the game prediction. I actually think MVP of the game will, in fact, be Deebo Samuel. Deebo these nuts Samuel is probably going to go off, just because he always does when it really matters. So, yeah. Well, I do want to hear what you think and if you agree with me.
Oh yeah, I honestly have pretty much the exact same feeling. No, the Niners, man, there's just almost no way they can lose this game. But there's always a script in the NFL. So no, the script could be a Christmas Day miracle for the Ravens, and of course, this is on Christmas Day. So I would really like to see how this game is gonna plan out. But I'm like 100.1% sure that the Niners are gonna pull this one away. But it's gonna be a good game, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, getting the mostly the whole Ravens team summed up. Let's now talk about Lamar Jackson. Do you think Lamar Jackson is being paid enough at the moment, or do you think he needs more or less, and why? And do you think he is a running back or a quarterback?
Well, yeah. First of all, I just want to comment on that pass that you made with Mo Salah.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Somebody's watching the stream.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just like I honestly forgot what you were talking about. So, what were we talking about? What were we talking about again?
Oh yeah, why are I was saying, you know, just coming off of the topic of the Ravens, what are you thinking of Lamar Jackson and how he is being paid, and also why are you about to get a red card? And how he was being paid? Is it too much, too little, or you know, should he be getting paid less? And do you think he is a running back or a quarterback?
I mean, yeah. Honestly, I view him as a quarterback. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, a lot of people say he's a running back, but over the past few years, he has shown his case of why he is an elite quarterback, and I feel like he could just really bomb his balls downfield in order for OBJ to catch them perfectly. So I honestly do think he is a quarterback, obviously, and a running back. I mean, he kind of plays that Kamavinga role in the Ravens offense.
Yeah, you're right.
I know they're different sports, but I know people will understand the correlation between both of the inference I just made.
Yeah,
so yeah, I feel like he's a great player. Obviously, I feel like it's going to be a very tough game for the 49ers defense, but not really though. I'm going to be honest, not really. So yeah, that's my view on Lamar Jackson, and on the situation whether he's getting paid enough. I think the money Lamar's getting paid is just right for him, I would have to say. As long as he doesn't get into any Deshaun Watson activities, he should be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that can also be applied to Antonio Brown. But you know, we don't want to get into what happened with Antonio Brown because we're gonna get demonetized. But you know, yeah, I feel like
just pop up one of the things in the right top right of the screen to show the video of what Antonio Brown did at the pool.
Yeah, well, if I do that, then yeah, they're gonna see what happened at the pool, and yeah, you know, we're gonna get demonetized, and you're never gonna see us on YouTube ever again. I don't think people care either way, but you know, what you were saying about Lamar Jackson, that is a very factual statement. Of you know, I think he's being paid just enough, and you know, he's actually shown great improvement as a quarterback. You know, he's also a running back, like you were saying, like Kamavinga at the same time. So yeah, you know, that's what I've been seeing from him as well, and you know. Talking about another team, another very interesting team this season in the NFL is you know, the Detroit Lions. So we are currently seeing them as the 3rd seed of the NFC. But you know, they've played some games where they just played terrible and against good teams. But then again, they're at 10 wins right now. So what are you thinking about them right now?
Well, very effective play in possession.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, obviously right now I'm just thinking what a banger, but apart from that, about the Lions. Obviously, I think the Lions, I'm not too worried about them. As long as they have Jared Goff, I'm really not too worried. Nick Bosa's probably going to eat him alive. But yeah, that's just about what I'm thinking. No true opinions on the Lions. Don't think they're a threat to us. That's honestly how I view them. Obviously, they did drop the game to Chicago, so I don't know how that happens. Don't know how that's a hiccup, but yeah, I just really don't care about them or their fan base.
You know,
For
sure, definitely some good stuff you're talking about there. You know, on the topic of Nick Bosa, I don't know if you've heard about the allegations that Nick Bosa gets. Actually, I don't know if I should talk about this. Well, just to give some context, I don't know if we're gonna be able to talk about this, but you know, Nick Bosa has some allegations about him being like racist and stuff. So I don't know if if you want to talk about that.
Well, yeah, me being Nick Bosa's agent, obviously it's something that I have to defend him for.
Nick Bosa.
Honestly, I'm on his side. I'm honestly on his side of his beliefs. Honestly, I don't see any harm of it. I don't see any harm in it. I mean, the motivation is just making him a better player when playing the Seahawks and the Cardinals. So I really couldn't care less about those allegations being made against him.
You know you're about to get us canceled. You're basically encouraging some bad stuff going on right now.
Well, yeah, I am Nick Bosa's agent, so I kind of am paid to do so. So.
Okay. Oh yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I don't think that's a very good thing to talk about though. It's because I don't think it's a right thing in general just to do. So
I mean, yeah. Well, obviously I'm not on. Well, don't tell anyone I said this, but obviously I'm not on his side. I think the topic that we're talking about, I'm not gonna say on live air because that just wouldn't be very Spartan-like of me. But
yeah,
I honestly do think the situation at hand is not one that Nick Bosa should feel proud of being accused of. Obviously, I do think that there is some stuff with the NFL with Geno Smith that is involved, of course. Obviously, it's just a very weird situation that in the future I hope to see Nick Bosa actually give his gloves to an Eric, but yeah, that's what I have to say about that.
Okay, yeah, so that was just on my mind because I've been seeing those videos a lot lately on TikTok. So I just wanted to get an opinion from a professional here talking about that. So yeah, that was a interesting one. Honestly, I'm kind of running out of topics right now. So let's see, what do you have in store?
I want to go ahead and talk about the topic of TM. Obviously, TM, very cool guy. Obviously, Raider fan, all that.
Let's not do that. Yeah, so let's not do that, Aldo.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like you're also running out of ideas, just like me.
Based off of that last topic.
Guys, the viewers will not get it. The viewers will not get this.
Yeah.
It would be a fun topic to talk about, but Alright, actually, oh my gosh, how could I forget? I said we were gonna talk about probably one of the worst teams, like the 30th ranked team in the NFL right now, the Las Vegas Raiders. Now that you started talking about them, you've just seen how I just seen a video. The Raiders are one of the worst ranked teams in the NFL at the moment. So what are we thinking about the Raiders right now? And can they improve, or will they just be like this and just never improve?
I think it's the second option. Obviously, has a lot of us do. I mean, the Raiders, I see no future with them. They're just a bunch of thugs that like to drink alcohol and smoke after their wins that aren't even important. And
do you see that? You saw it, huh?
I mean, their players just love to get into federal allegations with the law. So I just don't really like people that do that. Unlike the 49ers, who people on their team always make sure their players are good guys and stuff. But yeah, obviously the Raiders, it's basically just a jail team that they actually allowed to play in the NFL. So that's my thoughts on the Raiders. Obviously their win against the Chargers was one of the worst games I've ever seen, which I didn't even watch, but it's just, I know it's one of the worst games. I don't even need to see it to believe it. Honestly,
and you're talking about that it was a bad game for the Raiders, right?
Yeah, terrible game for the Raiders. Honestly, the 49ers would have scored 100 on their heads, but of course, it's just the Raiders. There's lower standards for them. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that's a confidence killer, not a booster, going forward into the rest of the season. And honestly, it doesn't really matter if it is a confident booster because they're not going anywhere. Let's be honest.
Yeah. That is for sure a valid point, guys. The Raiders, man, they're not really that good right now. Really, that Chargers game was just disappointing, man. Honestly, any team probably could have done that at this point.
I mean, yeah, and I feel like anyone. I also want to give my opinion on anyone who went to that game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, one who went to that game, man. They're all so bad, huh?
I mean, flying to go watch that game was probably one of the worst decisions they've probably ever made in their whole entire lifetime. Especially knowing that Justin Herbert wasn't going to play. I mean, who would do that? Let's be honest. I mean, I probably would have died watching the game there. I probably would have died of boredom. But I just want to leave it on that topic about the Raiders.
No, yeah, that is a very, very, very true. I don't know, man. Watching the game, bro, flying to watch the game, man. Come on, man. It's like, you guys knew Justin Herbert wasn't going to be in. Why? Why would you do that?
I mean,
like,
literally
their whole team.
There's just some of those Raiders fans that thinks they still have a chance at going to the Super Bowl. I'm not going to drop any names, but obviously you know who I'm referring to.
Yeah, well, yeah, I do know who you're referring to, actually, and that was offside. So,
First name starts with M.
Oh, the one that's stuck in the elevator?
Not that one.
So, yeah, let's get into that day where he was on live in an elevator where he was stuck. And do you think he is still currently in the elevator?
Well, yeah, very interesting topic to talk about. Quite hilarious to think about. I mean, obviously, he's stuck in the elevator still to this day. I know he is, so I don't need to make assumptions. I'm not sure if he's still, if the circulatory blood is still pumping. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so this situation, just for context, was about a year ago. So yeah, apparently they're still in the elevator. Actually, not apparently. Apparently, we know this. So yeah.
Yeah.
Just for some context.
Obviously, he's still there. Obviously, one of the dumber things I've seen. First of all, why are you on the elevator at like 10 a.m.? Not 10 a.m., 10 p.m. So one of the dumber things I've seen, honestly, in my life.
That's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, honestly, all right. Now that we've basically talked about every team in football, well, you know that's actually interesting. I mean, the Raiders aren't that interesting because
yeah, but they're the worst team in the NFL, so they deserve to get some, I wouldn't say love, but in more of a Raiders fashion to say it, hate.
Yeah, I really think that they need to be shown at least some attention because, even if it's negative, they just need to be seen at least, in the NFL community.
Yeah, so
yeah, now we could switch back to a sport we actually more pretty knowledgeable about, just like football. Well, American football. Now we're talking about football. You know what I mean?
Football, yes.
We're playing right now. Yeah. So we are now currently in the middle of the Champions League, right? And so currently Liverpool is not in the Champions League. That was rigged last season, of course.
Unfortunately, rigged. Everyone knows, yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately they're not in this. So how do we see Liverpool's future in the Champions League and next season? How they can do in the Prem?
Well, yeah, obviously I think it's a topic where, I mean, it's kind of a pissy topic. Obviously, I think that Liverpool deserves to be in the. Obviously, I think that Liverpool deserves to be in the UCL. Obviously, I think Liverpool deserves to be in the UCL. Obviously, the UCL is for losers, and the Europa League is better. So I'm not going to say too much on that. That's all I'm allowed to say.
Yeah, that is pretty factual there. No, in the Champions League currently, out of the teams, who is your most likely contender to win the whole thing at the moment?
Well, obviously, I would say Liverpool, but since that's lower class for Liverpool, we're gonna go ahead and I want to give the nods to Club America.
They're a Mexican league team.
Going for it.
I think the stream ends if I go on for it.